What's up, guys? In this episode, I go over the Luis Torres signature pedal by This Heavy Earth. Stay tuned. What is up, my gang? It's your boy Luis Torres, and yes, there is a soon-to-be Luis Torres signature pedal, and this is actually one of two prototypes. We've actually gone ahead and made a few adjustments. The other one is actually truck driver Sean took a quick ride with it and shared his input also, which is awesome. And of course, he was just like, hey, do you mind if I kind of share a few things? I'm like, of course, dude. So it's going to be absolutely incredible. So we may just call it the Torres Davis signature pedal, but no, it's going to be the Luis Torres signature pedal. This thing is an absolute monster. So you have a mix, a level, a gain. You have a tight knob. You have a voicing, so you can change voicings. You have a high cut. And then you can also adjust the high and the low slope on those tight and high cut frequencies. So here's the one thing. Because this is a prototype, every once in a while I'll use it, but just know that there is a final signature pedal that is in the works right now, and you guys are going to absolutely love it because it's just more. And to me, that's just, I feel like everyone needs more. Just like truck driver Sean has his signature pedal, it has more. So I was just like, I guess I need more too. But it actually, you know, it's kind of based on a few of my favorite pedals and the voicings that they have. And I added a few things and wanted to adjust a few other things. That way, when you guys get it, it's not like, you know, a one-trick pony like a regular overdrive. This is not that. You can make it an overdrive if you wanted to and just cut off the gain and just hit the level and just, you know, you can adjust the knobs from there. But for the most part, it gives you more options. And to me, that made me happy. So I know it's going to make you guys happy. So here's the one thing. So I'm going to be using my prototype through my Synergy SLO module that's running to my KSR PA50 power amp. And that's running out to my new to me restored Mesa 412 with Celestion V30s. So I'm going to be playing, and I will be running photos of what this guy looked like. And kind of like the step-by-step of how, dude, it absolutely was terrible. If you guys have not done Tolexing, just know it is absolutely horrible. And I'll go into it, you know, after I play a little bit. That way you guys can have an idea of whether or not something that you want to tackle. So let me plug this guy in and get her ripping. All right, so I am using my 2019 ESP M2 E2 neck through body, made in Japan. This one has the Gary Holt EMG pickups in the bridge. And let's have a listen. I'm going to actually start with the pedal off and then switch the pedal on. And that way you guys can get to hear just a few little things. And hopefully you guys will love it. And just understand that this Mesa 412 cabinet has the original V30 UK speakers that it came with. The only thing is it was a complete disaster of a disaster. So, all right, let me go play a little. Play. go. There you have it. And again, it is the Luis Torres signature pedal, and it will be launching in the next month or two. So just have your pennies ready for that. And that way, once I start sharing that, everyone can just jump right in and just get that pedal. So you're going to love it, dude. It's just me. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally the pedal that I feel is so well-rounded that it kind of lays to bed, you know, the need of having 3 or 4 different varying voiced overdrives, right? Because they all kind of have that, they're all kind of similar, but you know, you need more. And to me, that's what I wanted for myself. And also I had to think about you guys and all the different guitarists that reach out to me, and they're like, hey, you know, what's your favorite overdrive? What's your favorite boost? You know, and I kind of had to make a mix between what I like and what everyone else likes too, because, you know, I'm not the end all be all, you know, so I need to, you know, consider what you guys out there are also looking for. And I feel like I targeted that exactly. So again, at some point I will start featuring it once the final finale of the pedal shows up, and then I'll just break it down and, you know, probably send it to a few different YouTubers like Truck Driver Sean. So, so guys, hopefully you guys love that. Again, you know, I can't stress that the pedal is great. The Synergy SLO is incredible. Of course, running out to the power amp, which is made by Kyle over at KSR, and all of that combined just adds to it, you know. So, you know, can you use my pedal with a Gorilla amp and get the same tone? Probably not, but if you love tone, you're going to absolutely love it. So guys, okay, so let's go over to the Mesa cabinet. So I bought this 412 cabinet from someone in Craigslist who was selling it on Craigslist for, I want to say they wanted originally 600, right? But here's this photo that's just like, there's no way anyone's going to pay 600 for it. Then I saw it drop to 450. Then it dropped to 350. Then it dropped to 250. And I guess people were just like, bro, are you serious? With those photos, there's no way that you're going to get that much. So, so I had reached out to him. I was just like, you know, 250 is still kind of high. You know, the whole time I'm thinking, you know, if I can get it less than 250, then at least at the minimum, I have the Celestion V30s. So I reached out to him like, hey, can you do me a favor? Just grab a drill and just open the back and just let me know what speakers are on this. So he took, you know, photos of it, and he said that it was actually working. He was a guitarist, so he said it's working. It's just terribly beaten up. So I met up with him, got it, and wow. Dude, I thought the photos were bad. When I looked at it and it was in front of me, it was so much worse. Oh, it was brutal. Yo, it was really bad. So I knew at some point I had to revamp and rebuild this cabinet. And you kind of have to find it in you to do that, right? So fast forward, I think I bought it 2.5 years ago or so, probably getting close to 3 years, probably 3 years at this point. And so I make a checklist of the things that I need. You know, I need Tolex, I need the front grill cloth, I need the piping, I need new handles, I need new wheels. I actually didn't have wheels, so I needed to get new, you know, wheels for that. So literally everything except the wood and the speakers. So wow, what an ordeal, because I thought easy peasy, you know, I'd be able to just rip everything off and just have it bare. Bro, that took forever. Like, just, you know, and huge shout out to all my boys that reached out to me, like my boy Fred, my boy Chris, you know, everyone just was like, hey, try this other thing. So it started with the Tolex. You know, everyone was like, hey, just use a heat gun. That way you loosen up the glue, which was great. But it wasn't until I removed it that I realized that the Tolex that was on it was actually a re-Tolex for the actual cabinet already. So it was glue on top of old glue. So the sanding was a nightmare. Just, you know, just keep that in mind. So this is even before sanding. So I remove all the Tolex, and, you know, all the screws from everything from the handles to the wheel, the little chassis that holds the wheels, or the plate. It was just it was just horrible. So I had to literally get a sharp point and remove all the dirt from each screw. And the handles have 3, 6, plus 4, so 10 on each one, right? So I'm doing that to 20, and finally was able to take those out. And those were a complete mess. I have them on the side. I can't even refurbish them. Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't. They're $16 each, brand new. There's no point in using the old handles. So I threw those out, took the Tolex. The front grill was, they actually spray painted it white. So they spray painted the entire front grill cloth, which made it really brittle. And I think it just tightened it, so it was just easy to crack. So it was just torn up in so many different pieces. So I was just pulling that off. And then, of course, once I pulled the front off, then I realized that the grill cloth is literally held by thousands of staples. And they're not regular staples. So these are literally 1/4 of an inch wide by 1/4 of an inch tall. So it's just back to back. Like there's no space between any. There's literally thousands around the entire mesh. So that was a nightmare, dude. A nightmare. I can't even say that it was easy because it wasn't. Taking everything off was awful. Sanding was awful. And then get this. I was just trying to bypass the whole Tolexing because I had one of my Marshall cabinets I tried Tolexing, and it was just complete. It was a complete mess. You get all the gummy spray adhesive on your hand. And then, so I then took everything off. So now I have to sand it. So I sand everything as much as I could. And then I was like, I'm going to skip the Tolexing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and get truck bed paint, right? So people were just like, don't get the spray, get the can of paint, which I did, and painted all of it, and it was awful. So I had to sand all that off again. And then I just ended up getting some Loctite 200 adhesive spray paint or spray, which was great because when you spray it, within like 30 seconds, it was so tacky that you knew you had to kind of get on it a lot sooner. So I only had to peel it back off twice. But yeah, that was bad. And then fast forward, I got that going. I ended up buying all of the leather corners for the cabinet, new handles, new wheels, because again, it didn't have wheels. But it did have the plates. So today I'm putting, it finally came in today from UPS, the package I had ordered from Mesa. So I ended up I had tacks. So I tacked the corners. I screwed the handles in. That was easy. Then I flipped it upside down, and the plates were, so the guy that had it must have just dragged it wherever he needed to put it, dragged it, picked it up, dropped it. There's no wheels. So what's taking the brunt of it are literally those plates, and those plates, where the wheels are supposed to go, they are caved in. So now here I am with a jack, one of those little 12-inch jacks. So I'm there and I end up pulling them off. And of course they're aluminum, so I have to make sure I don't do it so hard that they break off, because that's what I need right now, right? To have 3 wheels and then have to order the plate from Mesa and then wait another week. So luckily nothing was broken. And dude, look, the thing, it has wheels, it has brand new handles, brand new corners, which I think will at some point break in, maybe. I don't even know. I was trying to bang them in, but new Tolex, which is the Mesa Tolex, and yeah, I mean, I ran the photos. You saw exactly how it was when I first got it, and dude, so it was probably a week's worth. Now that it's done, is it worth it? Absolutely. I mean, the only 3 things that are original is, again, the birch wood, the Celestion V30s, and the front Mesa plate, because that's from the original line of Mesa rectifier 412 cabinets, which is different than can you see that one? No, they're behind there. So I have two Mesa 412 cabinets here, and the actual Mesa engineering plate is probably 1/4 of an inch thick. This is probably an 1/8 of an inch. I mean, it's significantly, is it even the 16th? Yeah, it's probably a 16th of an inch. So it's just really thin, and I guess at some point they're just like, yeah, we can't keep it at this, so it's this thin. Maybe people were taking them off and bending them. I don't know. But those are the three things that were the original, along with the plates underneath, just because I felt that I didn't have to buy those. But the wheels were $19 each. I needed all four. Great investment. Even my buddy was just like, are you going to, sell it now? I'm like, nah. I feel like I put so much into it. Like, I have guitars that I bought and had to rebuild because they were such in poor, just in terrible condition, So to me, those are like my little babies, right? Because I remember buying them and they were just in terrible condition, and then I had to spend a few hundred just to get them up to speed, and that's what I did with this Mesa 412. So if you do anything like that, just know it's brutal. It's absolutely terrible. If you're going to Tolex, it's actually easy to do, except you have to just look at your hardware and just hope and pray that it's not all stripped, because that's an issue. That totally was an issue with this cabinet. Was literally everything was just stripped. Dude, it was awful. It was terrible. But again, thankfully, I powered through it. The times I wanted to just kick the thing down the stairs was always there. But but it's a great cabinet, and now I think I have 5. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 Mesa 412 cabinets. This one has been hiding. I have another one that's been hidden that's hidden, but this one's been hiding the longest. This one has actually been under the stairs in my basement for ages, since I moved to this house, and yeah, it's completely crazy. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. I'm going to put a link below to Shay's website, which, again, is This Heavy Earth. He's the man, absolutely incredible pedals. He's a genius at what he does. So definitely check out the other pedals that he has, and keep an eye out on the Lewis Torres signature pedal by This Heavy Earth. And huge shout out to AJ. Again, earlier today I made a video with the Mezza Barba Trinity, and that thing is an absolute beast. Huge shout out to truck driver Sean for letting me borrow his Evil Donkey pedal, and everyone else, thank you so much. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't, hit the like, and as usual, this guy will talk to you soon.